Hello, welcome to the Crates Motel. My name's Conan. Preparation. In today's video, some people might find this a little bit boring. I don't. I actually find it really exciting. But before you turn off, I hate to say it, this is how the pros do it. Let's jump in. Okay, so if you're a Grammy-winning sound engineer, chances are you've got an assistant engineer. And what they will do for you is what we call mix preparation. If you don't have an assistant engineer, you're going to have to do it yourself. Now, I haven't won any Grammys, but I'll be honest, even if I had won some Grammys, and maybe I will one day, who knows, I would probably still do this myself anyway. I find mix preparation really important. It is really important. An hour's worth of mix preparation can save you hours and hours later on when you've got a ton of plugins and you're right in the mix and suddenly you think, oh, I didn't do this. Now I'm going to have to do this. So preparing the mix before you start can be really important. Now, in a DAW, it's pretty easy to do what I'm going to show you today. But in the MPC Standalone, if you work solely in your MPC, it's not so easy to do. But I'm going to show you a way that you can actually do it. What we're going to be looking at today is a thing called clip gain. Now, clip gain, I'm going to use the example of vocals today because clip gain is one of those things that we tend to use when we're working with vocals. Now, just to quickly explain, when you're given some vocals, a live singer, not an AI singer, a live singer, or maybe they can build it into AI just to make it more realistic, who knows? The chances are that they're moving in and out. And even if you've compressed the vocals on the way in, the chances are you're going to get fluctuations in levels. So what you tend to do in mix preparation is you go through the vocal bit by bit. And this is where I'm going on about this is what the pros do. You go through the vocal bit by bit and you literally adjust line by line to make sure that it's all roughly the same level. And the reason why you do that is because you want your compressors or your limiters or whatever processing you're going to be doing on the vocals to do the least amount of work that it needs to do. For instance, if you level out your vocals, you're only going to maybe get 1 or 2 decibels of gain reduction throughout the entire mix, and it's going to sound a lot more level and a lot more consistent. And it's going to be easier to work with. If your levels are all over the place and you're having to compress to 7 or 8 dB gain reduction at certain parts, but the rest of the vocal is only maybe 1 or 2, your compressor's doing a lot more work and you're going to affect the transients, be more likely to affect the transients, etc. So in mix preparation, what you quite often do, which I'm going to show you in a second, and I'm sorry that my glasses keep slipping off my nose, but it's actually about 85 degrees in this room at the moment, so it's a little bit sweaty. So where was I? Clip gain. So in a DAW, if we just have a quick look here, it's pretty easy. I've got a vocal. I'm not going to play it because I'm going to get flagged for it if I do. But in a DAW, now this is Studio One, but most DAWs do this. It's pretty easy. All I literally need to do is select the part that I want to drop the volume on, and I can just go through and do that throughout the entire vocal. And what the aim is, for instance, look at this one here. This is peaking a lot higher than any of the other parts. So I'll just bring that down and just by a couple of dB here and there, just to kind of level it out. So it's all the same. You can see here, these little parts here are a little bit louder. So you can go through. And as I said, in a DAW, that's really easy to do. However, in the MPC, it's a little bit more difficult, but it is just as important, especially if you work in the MPC Standalone exclusively and you're working with rappers, singers, etc. And they might send you a file that you're going to put in and you need to compress it, EQ it, process it in some way. Honestly, my God, it is so hot in here. Doesn't help that I've got a whole load of lights on me as well at the same time. What was I saying? Yeah, it does. It's not as easy to do in the MPC Standalone. And to be honest, there isn't a clip gain tool in the MPC. But one of the things that we love about working in the MPC is workarounds, is finding little tools that already exist in the MPC and using them in a way that you wouldn't normally use them, but utilizing them in such a way that they get the job done that you need to get done. So I'm going to attempt to show you, without these glasses slipping off my nose every 5 seconds, how to clip gain in the MPC Standalone. So in a previous video, I ran through some of the tools that you have in Sample Edit. If you go into process here, there's a whole load of tools that you can use. If you want to watch that video, it goes through each individual tool, not in massive detail. Now, the reason why I didn't go into massive detail on them is because some of them are a video in themselves. And the one that we're going to look at today is a video in itself. And I did actually have quite a few comments, people saying, oh, well, you can actually use it like this as well. And I was kind of like, yeah, I know you can use it like that. And I'm making a video about it. So that's what I'm doing today. And the one that we're going to look at today is gain change. Now, in the previous video, I literally just showed you that you can raise the gain on certain parts of the sample if you want to. But how you can use the gain change in the MPC Standalone is as a clip gain, just a simple clip gain. But it's really, really useful. Okay, so just got a little drum beat here. My stop button is really starting to annoy me on the MPC One. I'm really thinking I'm going to have to send it in to Akai and get it fixed, or I'm going to have to start using my Live 2 in my videos, which means I'm going to have to shift everything around because it's a different shape and it's going to be a nightmare. Anyway, I digress. So let's say, for instance, in this, now I'm going to overdo a lot of this because I need to show you exactly how you would use it exactly. If I only do it subtly, then you're not going to notice so much. So let's say, for instance, in this drum beat, that kick drum there, I want it a little bit louder. And again, we're going back to what I said about clip gaining with vocals, so that my compressor or my limiter or maximizer or whatever is doing less work, which is what we want it to do. And we want things to be more consistent. It's better sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes to have things at a more consistent level throughout. So let's say, for example, in this, I wanted to bring up that kick drum. I can literally just zoom in to here. Oh, actually, I'll put 0 snap on. Let's do that. Make sure that's on start. And that's the part that I want to change the gain of. So I've selected the start and the end. I go into process and I can change the gain. Let's bring it up. Let's overdo it. Let's make it 7 decibels. Do it. And straight away, you can see that that kick drum is now much louder than it was. It's probably going to be clipping. Okay, so I've overdone it, but I've overdone it on purpose. But the point of it is, let's just undo that. Okay, let's put it to maybe about 4. Okay, now that's a little bit more where it should be. So that would be a really, really simple thing that you could do in the drum beat if you just wanted to bring up some of the sounds. For instance, as well, like in this drum beat, I'm not a big fan of open hi-hats, to be honest. I never have been, and they're a real pain in the butt to mix. So sometimes what I do actually do is I will bring them down before I even mix them. So that's a bit more of a subtle one, and I can't A and B it, obviously. But what I've just done there is very, very quickly gone through what I would do on a DAW using clip gain. I've just used the gain change inside the MPC. Really, really simple. So let's move on to some vocals inside the MPC.
You've been watching me since I moved in on the block. You keep on looking.
And you can hear on this particular vocal, this is a dry version of the vocal, that when she's sung block, I think she's saying the word block, she's probably leant into the microphone to emphasize the word, because you know, that's how she sings. There's nothing wrong with that. You can't get your singers to just stand in exactly one place. You know, even some of the top pros, you watch people like Mariah Carey and people like that in videos, you can see them moving in and out. And that's a lot of that is mic control, but it can be a little bit of a nightmare for us when we're tracking vocals. So you can see here, I would have to compress this to bring that down. Now, so that my compressor does less work, you can see there's a couple of spots in here. What I would do is I would clip gain in my DAW, but as I said, in the MPC, we don't actually have a clip gain tool, but we do have the gain change. So what I can do here, I mean, this is quite a big one, quite an obvious one. So if we just zoom in on that, let's come out, go to the end. I really only want to drop when she says block. And by the way, you can obviously audition that. And let's take it down by about 6 dB. Now, you'll see that when she sings block,
You've been watching me since I moved in on the block. You keep on looking.
See, straight away, that doesn't even sound like it needs to be compressed because just that minute little change. And you can see visually as well that it's obviously dropped in level as well. This one here as well.
I ain't gonna bite.
Now, that's going to be a little bit more difficult to do because she's kind of mid-sentence, but I think I can probably zoom in on that and just drop that part.
I ain't gonna.
Yeah, I think that should be all right. And again, maybe about 6 dB. Yeah, and see, straight away I can see that that's going to be a lot easier to work with when I'm mixing.
But why you so scared? I ain't gonna bite. If you don't get your pick.
And just finally a last little bit there. That's probably not going to need to be dropped quite as much, maybe 4 dB. Listen to that in context.
Gonna bite. If you don't get your piece, someone will.
So see, just by doing that bit of preparation, little bit of preparation, look how more consistent the vocal is and how much easier it's going to be for me to work with when I compress it, when I EQ it later on, because I'm not going to be fighting this singer going in and out on the microphone and these fluctuations in levels all the time. So there you have it. Yet again, in the wonderful MPC, we find a workaround. There's no clip gain in the MPC. Yes, there is. And just using that little technique, just doing that little bit of preparation. Now, I know it might seem a little bit boring going through, 3 minutes of vocals from a rapper and taking each individual word and bringing it up and down. But I stress, and sorry for the clickbaity title, but that is how the pros do it. That's how you get that consistent vocal. Listen to any of the big, probably should just take these glasses off, but then I can't actually see anything. That's how the big engineers do it. That's how the pros do it. That's how you get that consistent vocal. When you listen to commercial tracks, songs that have won Grammys, etc., those vocals have gone through the process, either with an assistant engineer or the sound engineer who's mixed it, and they've gone through and they have literally taken each individual word, maybe not each individual word, but believe me, I have done, just to get that consistency and to get it sitting right in the mix before you even start thinking about compression, because you really don't want to be compressing a vocal, for instance, with so much dynamic range. You kind of want to reduce the dynamic range before you start compressing, generally. Unless you want that super, super crushed compression to it where you can, compress it 10 dB all the way through. But that doesn't happen very often. So just with that little bit of preparation, little bit of extra work, that's going to give your vocals, your mixes, everything else that polished sound. And that's how the pros do it. So thanks for watching. This is the Crates Motel. My name's Conan. Until next time.